Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we have a Megan 033 fog puzzle. It's been a little while since I've done one of theirs. This one is part of their people in fog puzzles, I think is what it's called. So this one's called Fogzilla. Gets you Godzilla is people too, by Megan 033. And let's just take a look at the rules. And this thing's got a ton of solves in a short amount of time because Megan 033's fog puzzles are very well regarded. So let's take a look at them. Normal Sudoku, every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. The grid is partially covered with fog. Correctly placed digits will clear fog around that cell. No guessing is required. So this is normal fog. So if we were to figure out this cell, all of this would clear, and hopefully we'd have more clues to work on. Then we have adjacent digits along a green German whisper line. Must have a difference of at least 5. So here we have a green German whisper. Whatever this one is, this one will be 5 away from it. This one 5 away from that one. Digits along a magenta Renban form a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So this is the Renban. So these could be 1, 2, 3, or some other set of consecutive digits, and that would be fine. A black dot between cells indicates cell values with a 2-to-1 ratio. A white dot between cells indicates cells with consecutive values. Not all dots are given. These are Kropkis. So we only have a black dot currently showing. So these will be in a 2-to-1 ratio, or one of them will be double the other. If this was white, they would just be consecutive digits. And then finally, we have adjacent cells connected with an X must sum to 10, and adjacent cells connected with a V must sum to 5. So these will add to 5, these will add to 10. That's that. So nothing out of the ordinary in terms of rule sets. Megan 033 doesn't tend to have anything crazy like that, at least not in Fog of War puzzles. So standard practice here. But anyway, with all that said, links in the description below. Let's get at this thing and have a blast, because I know we're gonna. Okay, so where do we want to start? Where the heck do we put a 5? Can't go in any of these, so it's here. And we're off. So do we want to think further on what that has opened up for us, or do we want to, I think we want to delve into this guy a little bit more. This will be from 1, 2, 3, or 4. This will be 6, 7, 8, or 9. This guy here is reduced because of this V clue. This cannot be a 1, 2, because then these would be a 3 and a 4. No bueno. It can't be a 2, 4 either, because it would be a 1, 3. So this is either a 3, 6 or a 4, 8. Now, do either of those cause problems with the entirety of this guy? And if it was a 3, 6, this would be a 1, 4, and the 1 would go here with the 9. And this would be a 1 with the 3, and this would have to be a 2 kind of situation. Because when we have multiple constraints all kind of looking at each other, so we have to think about them in conjunction. So if it is if it's a 3, 6, I don't think this can be the 6, right? Because this would be the 6, this would be a 3. This still has to be a 1 here, so we can never get back into it. So this is not 6, this is not 3. We can we can do the same thing, just looking at this to here. This can never be an 8, because how do you get down to a 4? You don't. So that kind of reduces these options. Now, we have 3 low digits, which means we can only have 1 low digit on our German whisper, because we only have 4 total low digits to work with. We only have 2 high digits. We need 2 more high digits. So these are high. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now, does that tell us anything specific? No, but maybe something specific. This can't be a 4. That's something. And what else? Let's think. We can't really rule out options here, I don't think. Because if this was a 3, let's say. Oh, that does break. Okay. If this is a 3, these have to be 8 and 9, because 8 and 9 are the only digits 5 away from a 3. Well, that forces this to be a 4, and this to be an 8. We just said one of these was an 8. This is not a 3. Now, can we do the opposite? Like, can these be a 6-7 pair or something along those lines? Because it forces this to be a 1. This is 8 and 4, and we can't ever get from the 4 back down to the 1. Maybe there's something about this Renban a little bit more precise here. If this were to be a 2-3 pair, this becomes a 4, and this is broken. Yeah, let's think about it that way. If this is 2-3, it doesn't matter what order. This becomes 4. Well, this is 4, so this would be the 3. Because we can't put a... We wouldn't be able to put a 1 here, is kind of the better way to look at it. We'd have to put a 2 here. So if we put a 2 here, this is a 3, but this also has to be a 2. So this is not the 2-3. It is a 1-4. This is 3-6. That 3, what does it do? Oh, well, it says this. Well, let's go back to what we were saying previously about the 3-6s. If this was a 3-6 pair, this has to be the 1 and the 9 and the 4. This is a 2. These are not 6 or 9, so they are a 7-8, which works perfectly fine. Now we have some more information. We can probably start to work around our central area here. This can't be a 3-6 because we have it looking in here, so it's from 1, 2, 4, 8. This one obviously isn't a 2. This can't be a 1 because it forced both of these to be 2s. What else can we then maybe say about how this is oriented? If this is a 2, this is a 3 because we can't go to 1. If it's a 4, it is a 3 because we can't go to a 5. You can't put a 5 on a 10 clue. And if it's an 8, it will be a 7. So this is just a 3, 7, 10 clue. It's the only thing that will work. That doesn't necessarily tell us what these are, I don't think. Because if this is 7, 8, 4, that's fine. If it's 3, it's either 2 or 4 with a 1 or an 8. Or 1, 4, or 8 even, really. So it seems like all those could possibly happen. Okay, can we just continue going around? If this is a 3, this would have to be a 2, because it can't go to 4. If it's 7, it goes to 8. So this is not determined whether it's high or low yet. Well, I guess we can just look here, though. This can never be a low digit, so this is high, so this is 2. This has to be low, 1, 3, or 4. This will be high, can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9 are options. That's a 2, this is a 3, this is a 7, this is an 8, this is a 4. Good. Got into it that way. Now, let's continue. Okay, this can't be a 3 anymore. So this is 1 or 4, which means this is 9 or 6. Anything there that's very useful? It could be both, because if this is a 9, this could be an 8. If it's a 6, this could be a 5. It can't be a 7. And if this is an 8, well, these could be a couple of different things. And if it's a 5, they could be a couple of different things. I think, without just picking through each option. Okay. What else do we have? What about this guy? Because we can just remove a number of options here. 2, 4, and 8 are just right out. This can't be a 1, can't be an 8, can't be a 4. Now, what if 3, 6 work here? Well, this wouldn't be the 3. Well, this can't be a 1 or a 3, I think is what we're trying to say here. Because if this is a 1, we can never get to 5 or an 8, so that's out. So it is a 3, 6 pair. Now, if this was the 3, this becomes a 6, this becomes a 9, this becomes an 8. You can't get between 3 and 8. This is 6, 3. Therefore, this is 9. This is 8 and 1. This is not 9. This has to be a 7. And we are pushing our way out into the outskirts. So, where do we want to look next? Do we get up onto this guy? It can't be 9, 1, or 8, 2. So it's either 7, 3, or 6, 4. It can't be 6, 4, because we have a 4 and a 6 looking at it. So it is a 3, 7, which means this is 7, this is 3, this is 8. Now we have a 3 on this Renban. It has to have a 5 on it, so it also has to have a 4 on it. So one of these two is that 4. It's 5 cells long, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So it must have a 5, and if it has a 5, it has to have a 4, because it has to have a 4 to get between the 3 and the 5. And of course, we have these 4s looking here. The 5 could go anywhere, so I don't want to write that in yet, because again, I don't like going cross-region for marking. Now, is there anything more just simple to do here? 4, 5, 6, and 7. This won't be a 4. I don't think so. It was worth a try, though, right? I don't think any of those really cause any heartache. And we have a bunch of that situation going on here, but again, it doesn't seem like it does too much. Can we figure out? Yes, we can. We can get onto this German Whisper. I just didn't look at this one yet. We have 9, 8, 7, and 6 already taken. This can't be high. It is low. So these are both low. Neither one can be 4 or 3. These are high. 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 6, 7, 8. This is 9. This is not 9. This is not 9 because of that one. So well, this can't be a 6 because these are a 1, 2 pair. Does that do anything more for us? Not necessarily. We might be able to use this column, to make some reductions to what this can be. Because currently it could be 1, 2, 4, or 5. Well, it can never be 1 because we can't get up to this digit. It could be, no, it can't be 2 because we'd have to put a 4 here and a 3 here. Can't do it. So this is 4 or 5. Now, I don't think that necessarily does a whole lot here, though. Can we say anything about these guys, though? We can't go down to a 3. We already know that. So this becomes 4, 5, 6, or 7 as well. So we get a 4, 5, 6, 7 quad, which means these are 1, 2, 3, and 8. You guys aren't 3. You aren't 8. So we get a 1, 2 pair. This is a 4, 5. Okay. I guess we get an X-Wing on 4s as well. So one of these is not that one because of that. Okay. Now, I guess we know there's a 5 on this thing. Because it's either 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7. So one of those is a 5, so this isn't. Not great, but it's something. This can't be a 7, so one of these two is, so these are not. It's a little bit of something, something. And I do kind of want to start thinking about this guy, maybe, because I don't think this German Whisper here is doing a whole lot just yet. What are you guys? 2, 3, 5, and 6. This can't be a 3, because we can't repeat digits. I don't think we can make too much. Well, one of these is a 6, because if we think about this on the other side, these are 2, 3, 5, 6 as well, but you can't put a 6. I don't really like that. That's not getting us too far. So what else? One of these is a 3. Again, not wonderful. Is there any Sudoku in this guy yet? There may not be, because we are a little bit early. There's a couple little things, but they're just marks that aren't going to do too much for us. Oh, here we go. 3s. That's a 3. Sometimes you just got to go back to Sudoku. None of these are, so one of these is. We'll continue on it for a second here. Maybe there'll be something of use, but don't quite think so. Okay, let's look at 4s. Not really anything there. One of these two will be. We only have one 5. We know the 6 is there. I'm kind of going through these a little quickly because I don't see a ton happening here. One of these will be 7. Okay, let's look at 8s and 9s real quick. And then move on from there. No 8 of real consequence. One of these will be a 9. Okay, we can probably put a 9 on here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can never put a 9 on this Renban, so this is 9. Good. Now, I think we've probably gone as far as we can there, so let's think about you. Can't be 3, 6, so it's from 1, 2, 4, and 8. This is not 1 or 2. This is not 2 or 4. So this has to be 8. This has to be 4. There we go. And then 5, 4, no 4s. Again, we know one of these will be a 5. The other one has to be the 6. This can't be a 7. So this is 5 and 6. Didn't quite look in here. We still have the 1, 2s to work with as well. Now, again, the next question is, where do we look? Do we want to start on this guy, or do we want to figure out something more here? 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know that there's anything on this. Oh, wait, the 4. Yeah, this is not 4, so this is now. Now that I don't feel like did a ton, but maybe one of these is a 4. One of these was a 4 previously, I just didn't mark it. Oh, this is a 4 as well. Again, not doing a whole lot, but we have the values there, so we'll put them in. Okay, let's maybe think about these guys. There's not as much reduction there. Because we can't do what we did over here and say this has to be low or high. Yeah, I don't think we have it. Okay. Let's see. Again, this Renban we don't quite... Well, no, I was going to say we could remove a 2, but we can't. Because if this was a 2... I was thinking, oh, well, this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and break this or this, but there could be a 1 to go with a 5 here, and that is possible. If there's a 6 on here, there's definitely a 5 on here, but again, that's bits and pieces. I mean, it would start to sort this stuff out, but we can't say that this isn't just a 5 or one of those is a 5. Okay, let's, again, switch gears a little bit and see what we can find. These guys are reduced a bit. What are they? Okay, there we go. This is a 5-9 pair, which is going to force this to be a 6. That's going to get us where we want to go. 5, 6, 5. There has to be a 5 on this thing we said. It goes here. This is 6. Good. Now we can put these in as 2 and 3. Not wonderful. What about you? Okay, we can't go up to a 6, so these must be a 1-2 pair. So 3, 4, 5 can't use 6. 1, 2. That forces 8. These are not 8s. This is a 1, 2, 3 in some organization. One of these will be the 2, so you're not. What are you guys? 6, 7, and 8. That forces this to be a 6, this to be a 7, 8. Okay. 5s, I just noticed. We have 5s now. This is the 5. What are these guys? We have 1, 2, and 9. Curious, but not quite helpful. Anything else crossing over? Ones. Well, one of these is a 3. 1s, 3s, and 5. Oh, this is a 5. And this is a 1, 3 pair. Okay. These are a 1, 4 pair. And these are 2 and 9. We can do that. 2, 9. Good. That hasn't quite sorted these guys out yet. We do know one of these is a 9. Okay, just trying to see where, if we had any more things kind of break up here, but it looks like we have to. Oh, this 6 says this is not a 6, so we do get a 7, 8 pair, which means this is 2. Yes, that works. 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, not 3. Oh, the 1 and the 2 down here, though, to break that up. So 2, 1 in that order. That becomes 3 and 2. These are now a 7, 8 pair. This one is 7 and 8 and 7. These are 4, 5, and 6. This has to be the 5. This has to be the... Wait, no. Why did I say 4, 5, 6? Stop. 4, 6, 9. Let's get stuff correct. I know. Novel idea. That's not a 4. Okay, so that doesn't help us too much at the moment. Does any of this stuff that's looking around do anything? Because maybe we can get into these guys a little bit more now. Yep, this is a high digit. Can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4. So if this is high, this is low, and this is high, so that's 9. This has to be high. Can't be... Well, the only thing it can't be is a 9. This has to be low. Could be 1 or 3. That's it. So we get a 1, 3 pair. Let's make sure that's right. It can't be 2 and it can't be 4. Yep. Okay, this is 2 and 1. That forces the 2. This could be a 3 or a 1 still. So those are still applicable. Did any of this other stuff help us? This is, okay, here we go. Let's look at this guy. 6, 7, and 8. 7, 8. This is 6. This is not. This is 9. 9. These are not. The 4, 6 is not quite done. Let's look at these guys. Yes, 1. Where does it go? Can't go in any of those, so it goes here. That then sorts our 3, 1, 3. Good. This 3 says this is the 8. This is 7 and 8. 8 says this is 7 and 8. And we should just have the last little bits left over to deal with. This is not a 3. So these are 1, 4, and 7. This is the 4. This is the 7. This is the 1. That 4 says 6, 4. This is a given 5. Therefore 9, 5. And then with the last ones here, we need a 6 and a 9. So this is the 6. This is the 9. There we go. You solved the puzzle. Solution's correct. Yeah, 1,000 solves in 4 days. Megan's puzzles are very popular. So always enjoyable. Always very good logic. Sometimes a little harder to get into. I think I've gotten better over the months getting into some of these puzzles. So I feel a little bit of pride in that, I guess. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed that puzzle as much as I did. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.